Hello there, friends. It is Kendra with the Prosperous Projector, and today I want to talk to my projector friends, my human design projectors who are entrepreneurs. I want to talk to you about our strategy, waiting for the invitation. And I titled this video, Stop Waiting for the Invitation. And I titled that on purpose because I say this all the time. I feel like our strategy as projectors feels so passive, right? And sometimes we take that quite literally, that we need to just simply be waiting. And what I've recognized from what you have told me as a projector entrepreneur and what I'm picking up from you is that this kind of frustrates you, right? So what I'm hearing from you as projector entrepreneurs around the strategy is, okay, well, how long do I wait, right? How long do I wait? Kendra, I'm waiting and nothing's happening. How do I get invitations, right? Like, what is the thing I need to do to get the invitations? You're saying to me, okay, I'm waiting and it's not working. When will it come? Will it ever come? Will the invitations ever show up? Oh, wait a minute, was that an invitation? Did I miss it? Am I doing it right? Did I try too hard? Maybe I'm trying too hard so the invitations aren't showing up. You know, what can I do to make it arrive? What can I do to make the invitations show up? And so there's a lot of energy being put into whether or not you're receiving the invitations, how to receive the invitations, what do I need to do? Am I doing it right? What's taking so long? And what happens is it begins to build frustration within you, and you begin to fall into your not self theme, which is bitterness, right? Because you're looking around you and you can see that everyone else, it appears, in their businesses are making things happen. They're doing the thing. They're making the sales. They're getting the clients. Meanwhile, you're sitting over here in projector land and nothing's going on. And you're like, I don't see any invitations showing up. So I want to give you or offer you a reframe around the projector strategy. And I want you to reframe it and shift it from a mindset of waiting for the invitation and shift it to one of expecting the invitation. If you just sit with that for a moment and feel into the energy of waiting for an invitation versus expecting an invitation, the energetics of that are quite different. Right? When you are expecting invitations to show up, you are in your personal power. You are in your alignment. You are quite certain that they are going to show up when they are supposed to show up. When you're in the mindset of waiting, you're not necessarily in your personal power because it's like you're in more of a passive position of hoping that the invitations will show up. So number one, shift your reframe to that of expecting the invitations. And I also want to help you understand too that when we talk about expecting invitations as projectors, it's for the big things in life, right? So I speak to a lot of projector entrepreneurs, and so the question comes up, well, I'm not sure if I can create this offer, or I'm not sure if I can show up and talk about, my business in this way because I haven't really been invited, or I'm not sure if I should create this masterclass or do that. And so then again, there's a lot of energy being spent in this limbo stage, right? Where your energy is just in limbo because you're like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm truly invited to do this. And the thing is, invitations that come to you are around the big things in life, right? They're around your love life. They're around career. They're around your living conditions. In your business, you don't have to wait to be invited to share your ideas, right? Like, I'm not waiting for someone to invite me to say, hey, Kendra, can you do a Facebook Live around blah, blah, blah? I'm not waiting for that, right? That is something that I feel led to do, so I'm going to show up and do it. You don't have to be invited to talk about your business, to market your business, to sell your offer. You don't need to be sitting around waiting for those invitations. This can be driven and led by you. You get to lead yourself in that way. So in that way, that puts you in the driver's seat. That allows you to be in your personal power, okay? So let's dive deeper into this a bit more. So receiving invitations is about the energy of allowing, right? So when we're in the energy of when's it going to happen? I don't see the invitations. Am I doing it right? Am I trying too hard? We're in that force energy. We're trying to make it happen. Whereas The energy of allowing has a very like leaned back type of energetic to it, right? It's not about forcing. It's not about worrying. It's not about chasing, right? It's not about trying to make it happen. It is deciding and having conviction within yourself that the invitations that are right for you, they will show up in their perfect timing. So it's kind of a surrender state in that sense, right? Where in that you need to have a strong mindset between receiving invitations, because if your mindset is not strong, if you do not have that mental strength to guide yourself and lead yourself in between the invitations that show up, then what happens is you get knocked off of your path. You get knocked out of alignment because the monkey mind starts going crazy. The narrative starts showing up, trying to show you that, yep, I told you, not going to happen, or it isn't happening. And so you get knocked out of alignment. And so when the invitations do begin to show up, you're not able to see them, or you don't have the mental, emotional, or physical energy to actually receive the invitation because your energy has been used up with worry and fear and what ifs and all of that, right? So when you're living by your conditioned narratives, right, you have to you begin to believe that something's wrong with you. So when you're expecting or waiting for an invitation and the narratives start playing and the monkey mind starts going crazy, right, the narratives and the beliefs that may begin to show up if you are steeped in your conditioning is something must be wrong with me. Something must be wrong. I must be not doing something right. I need to figure this out. And so what happens is we begin to look outside of ourselves for the solutions. Right? And if you're an entrepreneur, you begin to look for that person who can show you the next hottest marketing strategy. You begin to look for that person who can show you how to create all the most fanciest, funnels and all this good stuff. And I need you to also, make me figure out how I can make my website more, optimize it more. And while those things are important, those are simply the frameworks. Right? Those are the frameworks of your business. What's more important is the energy with which you are pouring into those frameworks, right? So if you're out here and you're doing all this work with coaches and you're figuring out how to do the marketing and you're learning, the different ways of selling and all that, that's great and that's wonderful. Do that. You need that. But you've got to understand that there has to be a strong energetic behind it, right? In collaboration with that, so that it will actually begin to flourish for you. And that's the piece that I see missing when, as projectors, we're sitting here waiting for the invitation. Our energetics are off, right? Our mindset is off. We're not in our power. So even though you're doing the things and you're showing up and you're speaking and you're selling and you're networking and you're doing all these things, somehow you keep hitting a wall. Okay, and this is where the work comes in of doing our inner work as projectors and learning how to step into our power, learning how to trust ourselves, learning how to, in the moment, shift our mindset, shift our thoughts, learning how to embody the energetics and the energy of the woman that we desire to be, learning how to embody and be the invitation instead of trying to go get it. Okay, your energy is at a premium as a projector. So when you are trying to force things or you're trying to force timing or the outcome, what's happening is you risk using your own energy up, trying to make something happen. And then when you do that repeatedly, you burn out. As projectors, right, our energy is activated when we are recognized and we're invited, right? Our energy is activated when we are connected with another soul, another individual with which we can guide. Because that is our purpose here as projectors, is to guide the other. Not to do for the other, but guide the other. And so we hook into like the other person's energy in that way to help us fulfill our creative purpose here on this world while we are guiding others and fulfilling their creative purpose as well. Okay, so the strategy is, for expecting the invitation, a big piece of this also is about the right timing. Your strategy as a projector is here to support you. It's here to actually help you use your energy in the most efficient manner. Okay? if we are allowing our energy to be pulled in so many different directions, or if we are in our businesses, for example, maybe we have like 10, I don't know, maybe we have like 3 or 4 different offers that we're trying to put our energy in, and we're trying to get people to notice them and look at them. Our energy is split all over the place, right? Or maybe we're saying yes to things we should be saying no to, or maybe we have, energy leaks that we're not tending to. We're avoiding things when we should be actually facing them head on and resolving them. If that is going on, we are leaking our energy, right? And our energy is at a premium. So then what that means is when the timing is right and the invitation shows up, we might be exhausted and then not really able to fully show up. So let's talk about timing for a moment, because when we speak about expecting the invitation, it is about timing, and that's how our strategy works for us. And this is where we have to really dig in deep to trust our right timing, okay? So when the timing is not correct, the invitation will not arrive, right? If the timing is not correct, it won't show up. When you're not energetically aligned with your desired outcomes, you run the risk of missing the invitation. You see what I'm saying? So what do you do then? Because the next question that comes up is, okay, well, Kendra, great, I hear what you're saying, but then what do I do while I'm expecting these invitations to show up? So here's the thing. While you are expecting these invitations to show up, you need to be playing, you need to be studying, you need to be sharing your gifts, your ideas, and your message freely, right? Like what I'm doing right now. Show up and share your message and talk about it and add value and contribute in the way that you're here to contribute. Have fun. Tend to your alignment. A big part of my day is me tending to my alignment, making sure that I'm moving my body, checking in with my thoughts, and reminding myself of what my prosperous thoughts are for the day and how I'm going to choose to think. It's visualizing the next level version of me and how I want to show up in my business. It is, listening to positive books or videos. It's studying my craft as a human design guide and deepening my knowledge there. It is having fun and doing things that are fun for me, right? Maybe that's like going to the beach or going to a coffee shop or reading a book, playing with my daughter, right? And allowing myself to kind of get into my child energy. It's those things. And then those things there are what drive the outcomes in my life and in my business. And it seems really counterintuitive, and I totally get that. It seems so counterintuitive because the world that we live in says that you need to be doing this. It's so action oriented, and action is important, but the way that you take action as a projector doesn't look like the way that a generator or a manifesting generator takes action, okay? So while you're expecting the invitation to show up, like I said, play, study, rest, tend to your alignment, show up freely and talk about your message, right? And what it is that you're excited about. And rest needs to be a big piece of that as well, because resting is important because we need to be fully charged for when the next opportunity comes along. You want to make sure that you are practicing the art of restoring your energy, of truly resting and preserving your energy in a way that feels right for you, so that when the invitation does arrive, you are so ready to go. Your energy is there, you feel good, you're like, all right, let's get this, okay? And we need to play so that we can nourish ourselves and increase our vitality. And so when you do these things as a projector and you focus on these things that I'm sharing with you as you're expecting the invitations to show up, what happens is that makes you more magnetizing. Your aura begins to do the work for you. And when you're patient and you're strategic in the way that I'm talking to you right now around expecting the invitation, you will see that your aura will actually naturally draw in the right people to you to support you in your journey, in your path, and in your mission. So when you combine the two, the resting, the playing, and the studying, and being strategic while you're in that expecting stage, you create a powerful projector aura. And that is what gets to do the work for you. Now, there is deconditioning that needs to happen in order for you to really get comfortable being in this space, because it is uncomfortable. And I think this is where a lot of us as projectors get frustrated, or we tend to kind of just take ourselves out of the game because it's uncomfortable, because you've been living for so long in a way that you felt like you need to live and show up in order to be successful, that when I talk to you about doing these things that seem simple, it actually might feel a little hard and challenging to you, because all of your stuff, all of your conditioning, all of your narratives, all of your beliefs, all the things that you get to shift is going to come to the surface, and that feels really uncomfortable. But are you willing to lean into the discomfort in order to be in true alignment, so that you can know what it feels like to receive the invitations that you desire? Right? So I hope that this conversation around, not waiting for the invitation as a projector, but instead expecting the invitation, has served you. I hope that it has allowed you to think a little bit differently about your strategy, and I hope it's offered you ways to begin to intentionally play with your strategy in a way that will support you, because your strategy is here to support you as a projector. All right. I do have a couple of resources for you if you want to kind of dive deeper into this. I have a free masterclass that I created around this called Be the Invitation. It is currently housed in my free Facebook community that's called the Prosperous Projector. And so I'm going to leave a link for the masterclass and the link to my community in the comments. So join the community. There's a good amount of other projector entrepreneurs in that space that are like-minded, they're ambitious, and they really want to show up in their businesses and life from a space of alignment. So that is the community, and then I'll leave the link for the masterclass, which is inside of my community. And then I'm also going to pop a link for a survey that I am hosting right now. I want to learn more about you as a projector. It is my mission to support ambitious projector entrepreneurs like you in literally being the best versions of yourself that you can be, in aligning with your signature theme of success and standing in your personal power. And I know my journey as a projector. I understand what my journey is, and I can talk to you all day about my experiences, and I can definitely share in a lot of your experiences as well, but I want to hear from you. So I would love it if you would be willing enough to help me in this endeavor in getting to know you more, and fill out the survey that I am going to link below and let me know more about you, because I am creating something pretty amazing just for projector entrepreneurs. This has been kind of like in the incubation stage now for months and months and months. And it's finally getting really close for me to begin to birth this into the world. And I'm being really intentional about it. I'm being really thoughtful about how I pull this together, because I want it to be something that changes your life, right? That changes and shifts your trajectory in your life and in your business, and really helps you deepen your understanding of yourself and in how you relate to yourself, and as such, how you relate to life and business. So anyway, I'll leave the link for you below. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon. All right.